everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Early Morning PJ Podcast. I believe this is week 7 or 8. 8. And this week we have a few guests. Sam Smithnosky, along with Marcus Beckett.
What's up?
Marcus, obviously,
we got college athletes on the podcast.
Yeah, both of these guys graduated from Trinity. Marcus is a basketball player for Marymount. So we'll be able to talk some March Madness and some NBA talk with him. Sam, from what I understand, you kind of know a little bit about every sport. So
football's the main one.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we'll talk a lot of football and basketball today. Obviously, there's some March Madness games happening right now with the Final Four starting today. Houston versus Baylor is the first game on. Actually, right now we're watching it. But I'll try to give these guys a little bit of an introduction. I'll let them introduce themselves along with like their favorite teams and things like that. So Marcus, you go.
I'm Marcus Beckett. I graduated from Trinity last year. My favorite basketball team for college is UK, which is unfortunate. They didn't make the tournament this year. They were kind of terrible. For the NBA, I'm a Sacramento Kings fan. Big De'Aaron Fox guy. For the NFL, I like the Cincinnati Bengals.
Pick all the bad organizations.
Yeah, you have a terrible...
It's been a rough few years for us. We're all right.
All right, well, I guess I'll go. I'm Sam, graduated Trinity last year. Go to Lebanon Valley College right now. My team's basketball, Cleveland Cavaliers. Colin Sexton.
Like 20.
My boy got snubbed from the All-Star team.
Don't get me started. Heat and Cavs play tonight. Easy,
we're about to beat y'all by 20, so...
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. NFL, Steelers, favorite team. Chase Claypool's going to have a breakout year next year, I'm telling you. Ben Roethlisberger last year is going to be fun. I'm telling you.
All right, bro. So without further ado, some March Madness talk. Who are your guys' favorites?
Just go Baylor Bears.
From the Final Four, I'm going to go with the easy pick, Gonzaga. They were the heavy favorites I saw on ESPN yesterday. It was like 3-5 or something.
Yeah, they gave UCLA like a 2% win chance.
Which I don't they're on fire. I wouldn't
UCLA
count them out at all.
I mean, really, they should all just be at like
it's gonna be
25%. Realistically,
it's going to be a close game. UCLA Gonzaga, I feel.
It is going to be close, and I think the Houston Baylor game is going to be close too.
it's close.
It's looking like it.
I like Houston. I think Baylor's going to win, but I like Houston personally. I like their coach. He's been around for a while. So I like just the kind of style of play they kind of, that's their game plan is offensive rebounding.
Yeah.
And obviously we've watched the first 4 minutes of this game, and they've already had a couple threes off of offensive rebounds.
They shoot all threes.
So yeah, their game plan is offensive rebounding, and I mean that's kind of like personally that's like my favorite type of basketball when you're like kind of just getting into the paint. Rebounding,
nitty gritty.
Hey, Baylor's a nitty gritty team too. Defense is there.
I like Baylor. I like the. They have a lot of shooting on their team.
They're a good team. Every team. It's the Final Four. Every team's a good team.
And they're a very good defensive team.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a couple games ago they played Villanova and they barely squeaked by them. And
survive in advance.
They won that game because of their defense.
Yeah.
So.
And you saw last round when Houston played Syracuse, it was all offensive rebounds. Syracuse couldn't get a single board.
Yeah, and I like Jarreau. We're watching the game right now. Jarreau has the ball. He's a really good ball handler.
He's the grad student, right, from MKU?
Yeah, he's always, like the first game he got hurt, and like he just kept coming back after getting,
another offensive rebound.
Yeah,
he will literally he plays the whole game other than 2 minutes. He sits out for like 4 breaks. He gets like 4 breaks a game of 30 seconds with a heat pad on his leg, and then he comes back.
As we see the Baylor defense stripping Houston in the post.
But yeah, my favorite, I think Jacob. I mean, your favorites obviously.
Baylor.
But I would say my favorite is probably Gonzaga right now. I haven't seen any team like Gonzaga.
No, they actually have like talent this year.
Every single player on their team buys in to what they do.
Normally Gonzaga's like a scheme team, but with Suggs and with Timmy, I mean,
they
can all shoot. Legit NBA talent.
They can all shoot, and they play really good defense. And obviously that's kind of like a recipe for success. And I mean, I really like Jalen Suggs. I really like number 24. Is that who you guys are talking about?
Timmy. And then there's the dude with the headband. I think.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's good too.
The guy with the mustache is
Timmy.
Yeah,
Timmy.
he's good.
Yeah. He's like a traditional big. You know, he'll work it in the paint.
Yeah, we need to give some more attention to UCLA.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're
going up against.
They have a huge game today.
They have two really good players.
And Gonzaga is obviously the favorite, but I just kind of want to touch on UCLA's wins this past week.
Yeah.
They've knocked off. They've had 2 upsets just this week and the last week.
Are they even upsets anymore?
I wasn't surprised at all.
Well, Oregon State probably wasn't an upset because they were playing.
I'm just thinking once you get
Oregon
deep
State was like a 12 seed.
Yeah.
Like early rounds, you can call them upsets, but like UCLA is legit. I don't know. Like if they beat Gonzaga, I mean it's an upset, but is it
once
really?
Once you get this far, you deserve to be.
You're legit.
Every team's at this
I think Gonzaga's probably the best in the Final Four right now.
Oh yeah,
probably.
Baylor's
Baylor's call it an upset.
I mean,
Baylor should have lost the last couple games. I mean, they've had close games. Villanova should have beat them, in my opinion. Had they had Gillespie, we talked about that.
Gillespie. Yeah, I mean,
whatever his name is.
I mean, you saw the Baylor perimeter defense forcing turnovers down the stretch without Gillespie. I mean, that's what they do.
Gillespie.
Sorry, Jason.
Yeah, sorry. But who's you said you're a Kentucky fan?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you for Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, you're welcome. We produced a lot of NBA talent, not a lot of wins recently, but
not a lot of like 4-year players.
A lot of ineligibility scandals.
One and done.
Big Tyler Hero guy, from that Kentucky.
Big Tyler Hero guy right here. And Bam.
Bam, yeah, that was a steal.
I like Emmanuel Quickly too.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, whenever the Heat pick picks 10 through 20, we're getting a good play.
It's just a steal every time. And even
any Kentucky guy seems like a steal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where.
Yeah. There aren't many Kentucky busts. I can remember the Harrison twins are kind of physical.
Oh, they were one of the college greats. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're college greats.
They weren't one and dones. They played a couple years, but in the NBA, they didn't really do much.
Just all those shots they hit down the stretch.
Monk. Yeah.
I like Kentucky. And who you say you like in college?
College is, I don't watch a lot of college, but Pitt. Everything Pitt's
that guy.
Big Steven Adams guy, right?
Yes, sir. Bro,
I am a big
I remember, that's when I really started to get into Pitt basketball, is the Steven Adams days. I watched them when they had, Cam Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember him, bro.
When was that, 2013, 2014?
Lamar Patterson?
I got into Miami basketball, Shane Larkin, 2013.
Yeah, Shane Larkin.
That's when I started to get
Lost
into
to Marquette
Pitt.
in the tournament.
I've always been a Pitt football fan. I had season tickets since as long as I can remember, but I just stopped. When I got to high school, my dad stopped buying them.
Expensive.
That's how I kind of got into Pitt, every sport Pitt. But then Pitt basketball, I really started to pick up when they started to be good. I guess. I mean, when I was 8 years old, 9 years old. So
I'm not a big college football guy, so I wouldn't say UK is my college football team.
You can be a Miami fan.
I'd say.
I mean, my team
either
sucks.
Cincinnati or Ohio State, but I don't like.
A big Ohio guy.
I mean,
Cincinnati was really good last year.
Yeah, the Bearcats. I like them.
Solid.
They're
really good defense.
Yeah.
They'll be interesting this coming.
Yeah,
season.
I mean.
Ooh.
You'll see.
I don't think we touched on this. I don't know if this. Can't remember if this happened last week or this week, but the Texas head coach for basketball.
Oh yeah, Shaka Smart.
Yeah, Shaka Smart.
Loyola's coach heading to Oklahoma. I saw that today.
Yeah.
So Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaka Smart's heading to Marquette. If you guys haven't seen that, I think there's a kid from Wilson. What's his name? You probably know. He's going to Marquette.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Pennsylvania Wilson.
Yeah, Stevie Mitchell.
Yeah, Stevie Mitchell.
He's gross.
He's heading to Marquette next year, so not that really has to do with anything. But we were talking about March Madness. So.
He's good.
I don't even like the Shaka Smart move. Either way.
I think that's a good school for him because it's a smaller level.
Upper
D1.
Peninsula.
Texas is
He never lived up to anything at Texas.
Yeah, but Texas is a big school.
Yeah, I mean with VCU they were making runs, so
VCU,
maybe the mid majors are.
VCU is kind of like Marquette
in
terms of
size and
and the conference they play in, things like that. So I think that's probably a better fit for him.
I mean Shaka Smart never made it out of the first round with Texas, so that was a failure. But we'll see how he does with Marquette.
I mean Marquette, Dwayne Wade
Jimmy
Butler.
Butler.
Maybe Stevie Mitchell's next. You never know. Hometown hero.
But
Jay Crowder.
we were talking about
All those Miami Heat players.
They're all.
Marquette and Kentucky makes up Miami Heat rosters.
And then you got the occasional D3 athlete and Duncan Robinson.
Yeah.
Oh my.
From,
he went to Michigan.
Yeah, but
Another
he
one,
came
I'm
from
telling you,
D3.
another one's coming up. Max Strus. Know the name before he's big. I'm
All right.
telling you.
All right.
Max Strus.
Like, you ever wonder how many D3 athletes are in pro sports?
Marcus Beckett's next.
No, yeah,
Marcus
Next
Beckett.
up, Marcus.
But talking about UCLA, talking about Duncan Robinson and Michigan, UCLA just knocked off Michigan. So
Yeah, that was a
That
good
was
game.
crazy.
it was
Juwan
crazy,
Howard
but
coached the year.
it's crazy to me how many people because Michigan was without their best player,
Yeah.
and I mean obviously that had a lot to do with their loss, but at the same time Michigan, I think in my opinion they were one of the best teams in the tournament regardless.
Yeah.
Eli Brooks, he's just a solid. He averaged like 16 in the tournament.
Yeah,
They were talking about how he
I
does
had that
everything
going all
for
the
him.
way.
That's the best
Adrian
player.
Nunez?
Yeah, that's-
Is that the short one?
He's 55.
He's a point guard.
I played pickup with him a couple summers ago. That's the best
I see
player
it.
I've ever played against. Like, the most athletic kid I've ever met. He's crazy.
But
Not Christian Chevet?
No, that kid's a bomb.
Oh, he's got some good things to him.
Yeah, he could have made it. He just
He can shoot the
he
lights
shows
out.
otherwise.
It's just the brain, honestly. He's got the body, but
So just talking about UCLA, you think they're making it this far if they still have LiAngelo Ball on the team?
Would he still be eligible?
He would be. 'cause
Really?
Well,
He would.
that would happen like 2
There's only a
years
two.
ago.
He would be like a junior.
I mean, I can only say that he
Do I
would
think he
improve
would've-
their roster.
Yeah, that's what I was
No.
gonna say. He probably would have improved.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like
I don't
LiAngelo is like a
think-
team
Where's
cancer.
he?
No, he was probably. I thought he
He's
was the
overseas.
smartest one.
Playing
He
overseas.
was on the
That does-
Lakers D League.
I don't
team.
even
Was he on
know
the
his
Pistons?
minutes he would have seen. Like,
Yeah,
look
he
at-
was. He got cut from the Pistons.
Yeah.
How do you get
It's
cut
like,
from
No,
the
he
Pistons?
they had like a private workout and they signed him to like a 10-day.
they
Yeah.
sent him to
They
a
just
10-day,
never
then
played.
said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you're trash. I'll see you later."
But
He was always the worst.
Lonzo to Charlotte.
I don't know why they would do that. Like Lamelo's
I
killing
know.
it.
They're like the
Lonzo-
same player, but
what-
LaMelo just like is
He's
better.
better.
He's just better
and he can shoot.
at everything.
He can shoot.
Not
That's
maybe
Not as good
defense,
defense. Not
but
as good defense.
Everything offensively, Lamelo.
I still like Lonzo.
I do
I'm
too.
still Lonzo.
Yeah,
I don't know. Really.
he's
He's
really
alright.
improved his shooting. Like
He's
he
like
has-
so
it's a-
hot and
It's a
cold.
whole
Yeah.
So
different
hot and
form.
cold.
He's more of like a facilitator.
Yeah,
than he
oh,
is like a
definitely.
scorer.
I'm still convinced he can be what
He's
Rondo
a
was.
He's a
Yeah.
playmaker.
I mean, look at who they have on.
No, yeah,
He had
he pairs
Zion,
perfectly
JJ
with
Redick.
Zion. Perfectly.
Yeah,
Well,
he
not
does.
Redick anymore. But
yeah, Redick's on.
Well, yeah, but I mean, when he
Dallas.
was, yeah.
there's like a
think
controversy with that.
Yeah.
He hasn't played a game yet. He's been hurt. He hasn't
Yeah.
played a game for the
He like
He's got-
asked for
he's
a
got his
trade and they lied to
podcast.
him or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
you should get
who?
him.
Yeah.
You guys should get
JJ Redick, he does a podcast.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like
No, it's like a
Hey,
fake
get
podcast.
him on
We should
here.
get him on.
Yes.
We should get him on.
Yeah, he's a good podcast.
Pat McAfee, get him on.
Yeah.
I
Oh
love
my.
that guy.
That would be so.
That
good.
podcast is so funny, bro. He brings on like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Like it's
No, it's like legit too. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
talk like he's in the know.
Carson
About
Wentz
everything.
was on it a couple weeks ago.
If I
Yeah.
ever met the man, I would not stop talking about Troy Polamalu.
The C guy
Not done so. Bro,
Was he on? I thought he was the punter that.
for the
Remember when
Colts.
they ran? Yeah, I know who Pat McAfee is, but like, remember when they ran that fake pump against the Patriots? With, like,
Oh
two
yeah, yeah.
guys?
No, he talked
Oh, yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
He said they were never supposed to snap that.
Yeah, I
But-
remember that.
Oh, the
Yeah.
It was like a
trick
fake
play.
the trick play.
It was
They
so-
had like their
Two
special
guys.
teams gunner like snapping the ball. It was like weird.
yeah. I remember that was the weirdest play I've ever seen.
Now, I watched that live and I was like,
That's
what?
Chuck Pagano for you.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I was playing Madden 16 like a couple weeks ago. Pat McAfee's like a 99 overall punter.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Oh
Probably
yeah,
is.
punters used to be like.
Yeah, like
Pat McAfee was like, he's probably one of the best punters ever.
Yeah, and that one onside kick he had where he kicked it to himself and recovered it. You know,
Yeah,
How do
right
you even
down the
measure,
middle.
like,
He's
a-
definitely-
I did that in
flashes.
midgets once.
Oh,
Just
really?
want that to be known.
that's
How do you
fun.
even measure a punter's stats other than like
Net yards.
distance?
I'd
say
Yeah, but,
he's-
like
he's
Not
the
bounce,
flashes.
not having
Yeah.
touchbacks.
A lot of it's. I mean, I can't say it's luck. 'cause I'm
Inside
not a
20.
punter.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But I
Like,
feel
it's
like it
luck.
bounces, like-
if it takes one wrong bounce,
It's
or
like
lands on
it's
the
like
wrong side,
it's like all advanced
Well,
stats.
the bounce is
Yeah.
luck, but
and you
Like,
can't
he's-
like you're kicking a spike.
You can
Like,
control it though.
Not
No,
really.
you
You
have
put
to.
like a-
You
yeah,
have
you can
to
put-
control it in the NFL.
You can
Yeah.
kick
Yeah.
like you can.
you can
kick
put like a backspin on it.
Yeah, I
Like
guess
the
it's-
real,
Like
really
Pat
good players
McAfee was
can put
talking,
backspin
like the
on it.
one
But it is all luck,
the one
yeah.
Steelers punter got like cut because they didn't like the spin on the ball. Like that's like how like technical you have to be.
You know who else doesn't like to spin on the ball? The Dolphins receivers. They don't like the lefty spin that.
Hey, Gesicki came out and said it's not an issue for us.
This is an argument. This is a debate that Jacob and I have.
Don't answer this question wrong.
Tua or Jalen Hurts?
It's not close.
Oh. I think they're like the same player.
Yeah.
It's not close.
What I saw from Jalen Hurts
so
this year in a couple games versus what I saw.
I just don't understand.
I might go with Hurts.
What quarterback 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, 6-3 record as a rookie, no training camp. His best receiver for multiple weeks is Lynn Bowden Jr.
The Eagles had no training camp either.
I know.
No receivers.
Jalen Hurts, no
Neither
receivers.
did we.
Jalen Hurts was taking second team reps all season until like the last 4 weeks of the season. And then you had Jalen Hurts.
So was Tua.
Tua started 9 games. Hurts started 3.
Okay.
And
what do you mean?
Yeah, Tua in his first 3 games was better than Hurts in his 3 games.
The first game he had, he threw for like 94 yards and like 1 touchdown. They just like didn't let him.
Yeah, no, and that's another. Our offensive coordinator got fired.
Jalen Hurts' first game was a win against the number 1.
That's good. You guys don't have the offensive coordinator.
I'm just saying.
He rushed a lot.
Yeah,
I remember watching.
I'm convinced there's a conspiracy against Tua, bro. I just am.
I like Tua.
Like he went from like the consensus number 1 pick to like this guy shouldn't be starting in the NFL. And he didn't play bad.
When Ryan Fitzpatrick's on your team, like
Fitzmagic,
bro, take it. I understand. He made an incredible throw. That's like one of the best plays of all time.
Made the greatest throw in Miami
and it's
Dolphins
Fitzmagic.
history.
I love Fitzmagic, but like
I feel like you take over Dan.
Have we discussed how
there's no player in NFL history I'd take over Dan Marino besides Tom Brady.
Dan Marino is gross.
He set all the records until Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Fitzmagic, now QB1 in Washington.
Yeah.
Or Taylor Heineke. Yeah. They said there's gonna be a
competition battle. Those are like the same player.
Yeah, they're like memes.
Minshew.
Yeah.
Heineke's got that heart though.
I'm a big Minshew.
I don't even know. Like you could think like Washington might even draft a quarterback. Like, they could end up with like.
Who's gonna be there? Who's gonna? I mean, if
Kyle Trask will be there.
Oh.
I saw the Saints said they wanted to.
I saw that too.
They liked him as a Drew Brees replacement. I forgot he was even on the draft boards.
No, I'm not a big Kyle Trask.
I don't think the Saints are going to target him.
When you have the best go up and get the ball player in college football in Kyle Pitts and the best after the catch receiver Kadarius Toney in college football, your stats are going to look a little better.
The best after the catch receiver is Devontae Smith.
No, that's.
Bro, I watched like 7 screens.
Have you watched Devontae Smith? Devontae Smith. Every time Devontae Smith, he could be running a 3-yard shallow route and he would turn it into.
So does Kadarius.
I saw him catch it like 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage on a screen and take it.
There was no better.
He's elite at it too.
There was no better playmaker.
Kadarius Toney in the NFL next year might be like the best after catch receiver in the league. I'm not messing with you.
I don't know about that.
AJ Brown's the best after the catch right now.
Watch Kadarius Toney, bro. I'm telling you.
DK Metcalf might be
after the catch. I don't know about that.
I've seen DK shake off like hit sticks and just like throw him to the ground. Only for like an extra 2 yards.
I don't know.
I feel like is definitely one of the biggest and toughest.
Yeah,
definitely. That definitely gets inflated by the media too. We can talk about that.
Right.
I saw one clip on Instagram. It was like, DK with the stiff arm. It was like James Bradbury like made the.
I posted that and I said. DK treatment, and then you like made fun of me for it
because
he got on the ground.
He got 1 yard after contact. Like that wasn't a highlight where
he literally grabbed him and threw it.
Even
he made the tackle. He made the tackle.
The stiff arm.
He did.
The stiff arm. He literally tackled him. Like
he brought him down like over it. He made the tackle.
Stiff arm was like maybe a 1 yard gain.
It was like a 1 yard out.
Yeah.
If that was like reaching for the pylon, like but it was
I do like, bro. I like James Bradbury.
He proved. I was worried about that contract they gave him. He was like a top 5 paid corner, but I mean he played up to it.
Yeah. He's probably the best corner in the NFC East.
Giants secondary is so.
He's probably better than
big
Slay.
Plays. Well, right now in
giving up big plays, Slay.
Next year that secondary is going to be
by
work.
DK.
By Darius Slayton too.
Yeah, Darius Slayton's good.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah, but like you can't be an elite corner and get dusted by Darius Slayton.
James Bradbury guaranteed got burnt by Slayton in practice all the time.
Probably not.
What do you mean probably not? There's
I'm never.
Slayton's one of the fastest
knows the
receivers.
inside.
I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
Darius Slayton never beat him because they went up against each other in practice. But
DB is
Yeah, they
That's
probably
the
didn't go
most-
against each other.
No,
in
I want to
practice.
know.
no, the
five.
Giants secondary
Who
is
do you
legit.
think went against each other in that practice? Bradbury, like they had some good receivers.
Shepard.
Sterling Shepard.
Slayton, Golden Tate.
And I know he played bad, but Ingram, he's a decent.
I think
That
Ingram
would be
is
like a
not good.
safety, like
Yeah.
covering.
I wouldn't say
He
he's
never
not good.
catches the football.
It hit
That's
the
true.
one-
That's true.
He's like
And
he's like
literally always injured.
I don't know
but-
if you remember like Brashad Perriman with the Ravens, who just was so fast for his position but dropped everything. That's Evan Ingram.
kind of like
tight end.
Hollywood Brown. Well, he
Yeah.
just can't run routes. Like they just
Yeah,
send
the
him on a
Ravens.
streak
The
every
Ravens
time.
need help.
Yes.
Like
Oh
they're
my-
They
not.
need Des Bryant.
I don't think.
Sammy Watkins.
I don't
That's not
think.
gonna-
I don't think the
Wide
Ravens are going to be
receiver.
good.
Yeah, they got him.
They lost a lot of
The
defensive
Ravens
players.
lost a lot.
I think
Judon.
And they didn't gain anybody. They lost Ingram, who's a good locker room guy, which people underrate locker room guys. Like,
Yeah.
that's a big thing.
I'm not like a big Mark Ingram on the field guy, but definitely like showing Dobbins at the range.
Dobbins and Gus Edwards are better than him.
Yeah, and Orlando Brown like is gone.
Yeah,
like
they're not gonna be
I don't
as
think the
good.
Ravens are going to be good this year.
I think the
I just-
Browns are going to win that division next
I
year.
do too.
I want to see my Bengals as a wild card, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
It just depends
you're
on-
2 years from being 2
Yeah,
years.
there's a
Yeah.
couple. Yeah, I was just gonna say a couple more years.
Some linemen and some defense.
Yeah, but
will
They,
have-
They got-
Ravens have to trade Orlando Brown Jr.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
They
Because
got
he
Joe
he
Burrow
doesn't wanna
talking
play
about how he
left
wants
he
tackle.
doesn't want to play right tackle. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
what's
he doesn't
wrong
want to
with
play
him.
right tackle.
Well, I'm sure he does want you.
He can come play left tackle for the Dolphins. I'll tell you that much.
If-
Will
if-
y'all trade
when
for
you
him,
have
though?
T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd,
You guys have
that,
just a lot of receivers.
someone else, maybe Auden Tate.
Auden
or something.
Tate.
But like Jamar Chase is amazing. I get it, but you need to have some
Panay
time
Sewell?
to throw it
Yeah.
first.
Oh, you better pick Sewell if
If
he's
they don't-
on the
Honestly,
You have to.
Sewell, but I like Pitts. I really like
Yeah.
Pitts a lot. Is
he a
I
good
think
blocker?
He's the best weapon.
he's
in the
like
draft.
an average blocker.
Yeah,
for
I
tight
know
end,
he's
but
a
he's
big
like
guy.
he's like
catching him.
He's
a
not
wide-
even
he's
gonna
a
play
wide
tight end in
receiver.
the NFL.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
might
he's gonna
play
play
wide
receiver.
yeah. You can play him all over.
Yeah,
he's like
literally,
he's
he's so
like
versatile.
Darren Waller.
I feel like you could put DK.
He
at
will.
tight end.
do
They need to
anything.
get Sewell.
I think
Yeah.
have
if
to.
Pitts goes to the right system next year, he's the fourth best tight end in the league behind the big three, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it'd be hard to be the fourth best.
I don't
Yeah,
They
tight
just
ends
have
are
to
bad right
eclipse
now.
TJ
I
Hawkins.
honestly think he's gonna be
Hawkins, no,
bad.
literally like Hawkinson and Gesicki
Hawkinson
and
is top 5, and
and,
that's enough to like. say.
Hawkinson's
Maybe
good,
Hunter
but like
Henry
he's
was up
good.
there.
Well, if you say, "Oh, he's top 5," like
Yeah, exactly.
that's not saying much for the
I know.
tight ends.
Well, you see Sewell ran a 5.06 40-yard dash.
I don't really care. I mean, he's an athletic freak, but I just don't care.
I don't
what he
think the
ran for
40-yard dashes
Yeah.
have been accurate this year.
Bench
It's like
press is
7,
also
Yeah,
like
there's
a-
like so many like
bench press is so overrated as a thing too.
It's-
Because it's like
You don't have to go
longevity.
that far.
It's longevity. Like it's how many times you can put it up. How many times are you pumping 25 plus times in a single play?
Never. They just
Like
it's all
the
hand
max
movements.
is really what's important. I mean,
I was an
bench-
offensive lineman in midget football, believe it or not, and it's all hands. Like,
Ben-
it doesn't
yeah.
matter
And feet,
how much
keeping your feet
yeah,
moving.
chopping your feet and pushing.
Yeah, you would know.
yeah.
Yeah, Jacob's our offensive lineman.
Yeah, I mean, 170-pound lineman,
There you go.
high school.
You know, Liam was a lineman until high school. And then he
What
turned
about
into
the
what?
17-game
DB?
season now?
Yeah, that's true.
The
I
players
know.
don't like that.
Alvin Kamara
I
was
don't-
pissed.
It
He was
doesn't
not
even.
happy.
Why? Like,
Money.
Yeah,
Well,
100%.
it's money.
It's
I'm
the
gonna-
hottest
no,
sport
I'm
in
not
the
saying
US.
why are they playing it. Like the fans would want it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Obviously,
all
we're
fans
fans. Like we want another game.
Oh yeah.
We want the season to go on and.
Like selfishly as a fan, I'm like, heck yeah.
Yeah,
but-
to
but
see a
it's-
team go 10-7 is gonna be so.
Yeah,
good.
that.
Like
The 11
and 6.
Yeah,
Players
it's
need to
just-
get
oh.
over themselves, bro.
7.
Like,
No,
like
no,
they're getting
no,
paid.
no, no.
They can sit
I
out
mean,
if they
bro,
really want.
okay,
to.
time out.
It's like borderline like exploitation. Like they're going out there and like they're
But
gonna
it
die in
is
like
their
40
job.
Plus,
years.
whoever's MVP, they might break some like
Yeah,
records.
no, the records
Stats
are gonna be
Records are going to be messed up.
baseball players.
I wouldn't be
162
surprised.
games
I
this
wouldn't be
season.
surprised
Yeah,
if like passing records are set this year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but the
I
thing
would
is,
not be
that's their
surprised.
job. So like, if your boss tells you to come in for overtime, like you're gonna do it. So
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think they're in
That's
a
like-
position
yeah.
to say anything. Like,
overtime.
that's their
But
job.
but at the same
Well, you're
time,
putting your body
but at
on
the
the
same
line.
time, is your job to go out and if you're in the case of Alvin Kamara, run headfirst into
Yeah.
300-pound linemen 20
Yeah,
times a
exactly.
game.
What are the chances of him getting hurt
And
in
one
one
extra
game?
game.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It's
Ask
pretty
G.
good.
Ramos.
It is pretty good.
Pretty
The
good.
chances of him getting hurt in the first 16 games rather than the last 17th game are way higher.
Well, I guess we'll have to see
I can see if he gets hurt. If he gets hurt in like the 17th
we'll have to see.
game.
Yeah, we'll have to see the Week 17 injury report. And
Yeah.
also, I don't know. I like it from a fan perspective, and at the same time, I can understand why players wouldn't like it.
And they still
I
get
get
a bye. It's
Yeah.
just like not getting a bye in a 16-game season.
Which
the
would be,
Steelers did last
devastating.
year. The Steelers
Yeah.
basically like didn't get a bye.
What week was that?
Like
Because of
4?
COVID
Yeah,
with
The Titans.
The
Yeah,
greatest
the
game
Titans
of
got
last
COVID.
season was when Ryan Finley took y'all down and just obliterated you guys.
Oh
And Juju got
The greatest game.
destroyed.
The greatest game
That
was.
was like
The greatest game
Von
was
Bell.
Raiders Dolphins.
that wasn't that Von Bell that lit up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Von Bell
Yeah.
rocked it. He was talking
He
before
was
the
talking
game too.
smack before the game. I was like, oh, he's gonna get burnt. And I like
Oh my god.
we were all at Christian's house, and then like we turn on the game. First thing I see, Juju literally die.
Yeah,
Like
like fumbles it and
Re-signing with the Steelers.
oh,
1 year
I'm not
extension.
even gonna talk about.
1 year, $8 million, bro.
He declined.
He
declined more money
from the
first-
Chiefs.
From
no,
the Steelers.
Chiefs,
From the Steelers.
Eagles,
Chiefs.
Ravens, all more money. He's like, I love it in Pittsburgh. I'm staying
for a
here.
multi-year deal. The Eagles offered him a multi-year deal for more money. He said.
I prefer Philly over Pittsburgh.
And now he's just gonna be a
City-wise.
free agent next year.
I
They're
like
gonna have to
Philly.
do the same thing.
Yeah,
Well,
again,
I think
No,
he's gonna get
why
next year.
why that is, I think,
Yes,
is
we
because
get TJ.
this year there's like a whole bunch of 1 year contracts because the salary cap went down and players
Yeah.
can't cash out as much as they do. So if they sign a 1 year deal and they ball out, they're getting paid.
Oh,
next
yeah.
year.
Yeah, but Juju didn't necessarily have a breakout season. Last
No, no.
He's
And
had
they
the
lost
one
in the
good
first round.
season.
But if he has
He-
one,
he
this
was
year.
like $12
No,
million
They
dollars.
got
He had a very
obliterated.
good
I'm-
game. That
I'm just
He
saying.
did
I don't
great.
think he's gonna. I don't expect him to have a career year.
I don't either.
And I
As
think
long as
they're
they
gonna
have
he already
Deontay
had
They're
a
gonna be
career.
doing the same thing again next year, and he's gonna.
And he's going to be making more money, is why he's
Probably
signing
not
1
gonna
year.
be-
He's not going to
Pittsburgh.
flourish as long as they have Deontay Johnson, James Washington, and Claypool. Like they have him running on these
Ray
little
McLeod.
slants every time. Ray McLeod.
Well, that was our offensive coordinator. We got rid of him. It's now Canada, something like
At
that.
least,
Is
at
that
least you
coordinator?
didn't have
Matt
Chan
Canada?
Gailey.
What?
Matt Canada.
Yeah, he's our offensive.
He was
coordinator.
from Pitt. He's from Pitt.
Yeah, he was
big
our
hometown guys. They are.
quarterback coach,
Yeah.
and we literally.
Yeah, the Eagles. They're taking a page
Yeah.
out of the
No,
Eagles.
he was
book
their
with
coach. He
Homer
was their
and-
offense. He was the offensive coordinator at Pitt. Left Pitt
Yeah.
to go to LSU. They won the national championship
Oh.
with Burrow.
Greatest football.
And
team
now
of all
he's
time.
there.
He was the quarterback,
Oh,
or the
Miami.
quarterback coach, and literally during the
Was
Colts
The Rock
game,
on that team?
bro. During the Colts game, when we were down, I don't even know how much we were down at halftime. At halftime,
24.
literally, like they said, they let Matt Canada like be the OC, and we literally made the comeback. Like,
I was
Our
watching that
offensive
He's
game.
a really good offensive
yeah,
line.
he's now our offensive coordinator, which I'm hoping is going to do good. But
You guys just need to like.
The
forget
Dolphins-
about
That's
that
what I-
Browns
well-
The Dolphins did the
Bro.
weirdest thing in NFL history. We have co-offensive coordinators. It was our tight ends coach and our
Really?
running backs coach, but now
That's
co-offensive
that's
coordinators.
good.
And I wish it was just the tight ends coach because we developed some pretty good tight ends. Gesicki, Durham Smythe.
Yeah, but you also can run the ball pretty well. So
Yeah, okay. I'm a big Gaskins fan.
Yeah.
I like Miles Gaskins.
who's your running back that you got? Oh, you got one running back during the offseason. I forget who it was.
Oh, it's from the Rams. Was it?
Akers. Was it?
No.
Malcolm Brown.
Brown,
I think that's
that's
who
it.
it was.
he's not Malcolm Brown.
You still have Gaskins too?
He's a good
Yes.
pass catcher.
Yes.
I'm not.
Gaskins.
I'm
love
really. I don't know
Gaskins.
why you guys are so high on him.
Fantasy.
I love
Literally the only
Gaskins.
reason is because he's a good fantasy player.
He saved so many people in fantasy.
Yeah, he did. He
We
had like a
need
34
to.
point
We need to
game.
draft a running back in the second round, and I said second.
Etienne.
Second.
Take Etienne. Travis Etienne.
Why would you want to take a bro? Literally, James Robinson literally just went
Yeah,
undrafted.
It's
Yeah,
the most
I know what you mean.
like
Replace-
Running
like,
back
it
is the
does
most
not-
replaceable
But I think-
position.
I think if you look at our needs, we have like 4 picks within the top 50. I mean, I think taking a running back at pick 50, Javonte Williams, whoever that might be, I think that's good value.
I think that running back's the most like swappable. You saw it.
Yeah.
Zeke. They swapped him with
Pollard.
Pollard. He popped off. Like,
Pollard
it's-
ain't half
that's-
bad though. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he's good. But
He's fast.
He's really
Even
fast.
Giovanni Bernard tore up the Steelers. Like
I'm a big. You know, I'm a big Mixon guy.
yeah,
You know.
Mixon's like.
Giovanni Bernard, Jacob, you know.
See, we're gonna have Mixon back next year. We're gonna
Do
have
I?
Joe
I
Burrow
beat
back.
you with him in.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
I don't know. Bengals. We're gonna get Burrow back, Mixon back. Hopefully, redone.
Is
offensive
Burrow going to be
line.
ready for the season?
I'm pretty sure he's already back at like.
I would assume
I'm
so. He
thinking-
got hurt like
Yeah.
mid-season.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be
Mid-season
fine. I
was-
mean, he did tear his ACL and his MCL.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like died.
It was MCL too. Dang.
Yeah, it was
Just-
a bad injury. Screw Chase Young.
The Eagles.
I mean, it was a clean head.
It was, but like, come on, leave my man alone. Like,
Rodney McLeod tore his ACL, and we went out and targeted Anthony Harris.
Well, they're gonna play together, and you guys are gonna have a pretty good safety duo there.
If you haven't heard about Anchor yet, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free and there's no charge. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more music apps.
You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you'll ever need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started on your podcast today. Big Eagles.
A lot of...
just making sure
if you couldn't tell by that.
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel about getting rid of Wentz? Because I know Andre's a big Eagles fan. He's not happy. He thought Wentz was much better than Hurts. For Hurts.
I think Wentz is much more developed, much more experienced.
I think he'll do well with the
Colts. I think he will... Here's my thoughts on it. I think it was a good deal for both teams.
Yes, that's my opinion.
I think Wentz is going to do very well in Indianapolis with their system.
And that offensive coordinator had him playing like an MVP when he was in
Frank Reich.
Right.
Frank Reich.
I love Frank Reich personally because he brought us a Super Bowl.
Yes, he did.
But
not Peterson, right?
They don't. Well, they don't.
Not even Foles.
In Indianapolis, they like to run the ball, and
they also have a top one offensive line in the NFL.
And the Eagles just. They had Wentz dropping back 40-plus times a game. He's not going to be doing that in India.
Sanders is a good running back. We need to incorporate him more.
We talk about this all the time.
Yeah, this comes up every week.
Yeah, I mean
the problems with the Eagles' offense.
I like Boston Scott too. Like
I hate Boston Scott because I had Miles Sanders in fantasy, and Boston Scott seemed to score all the touchdowns.
Miles Sanders is a top 6 running back.
Oh my Jesus!
I mean, bro.
Penn State is.
I'll give you 15. I'll give you 15.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon top.
Oh my God.
I'm saying that only because they didn't give him the ball enough, like you said, and they didn't incorporate him enough. They had Wentz dropping. Wentz was the league leader in turnovers, obviously last year, and when you still continue to drop him back 40-plus times in a game, you're not going to.
Especially with the offensive line not being what it was.
So
I think it was a lot of mental stuff as well.
Yeah, with that, I mean, obviously Hurts was like competing with him every day in practice.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Carson Wentz does really well with the Colts.
I think he deserves a breakout. I think he deserves a year to go to the playoffs healthy.
This is like a compliment. I think he's gonna be what like Kirk Cousins is.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins is underrated.
Kirk Cousins,
he's very underrated.
Well, but like because he doesn't drop back.
But like he played,
because they have Cook and they have Madison.
Exactly. You don't hear about.
When you have all those weapons.
I think in the best world, I think Wentz can be like Tannehill. I mean, with Derrick Henry obviously there's no Derrick Henry in Indianapolis.
Tannehill is a pretty good quarterback.
They've
been to the playoffs a couple years now. So
yeah, you guys got a good deal for Wentz. We got a 5th round pick for Tannehill. So
yeah,
we did get a good deal, and that's what I said. I mean, that's why I said it was a good deal.
Back to Miles Sanders. I saw some like career touches wise, like since he was behind Barkley at Penn State, like he has very low mileage. Like he's not beat up at all. Like his career touches, if you include college and NFL, are like very low. Yeah. So you guys can't afford to feed him the ball. Like he's gonna be a workhorse, and I think he should be.
He should be. And Boston Scott's not a bad second man.
He's a receiving. He's like the third down receiving back.
Exactly. And I like Boston Scott.
He's like a Patriots running back.
I like Corey Clement, but I think he's a free agent this year. So there was a lot of we could not. I can't
you guys pass up on Jefferson for
Rager
had a good couple games, or was that?
He probably had a decent.
No, it was the other guy, Travis Fulgham. He had a good couple games.
Rager's dad played for the Eagles, so might as well.
Yeah, but Justin Jefferson's disgusting.
That wasn't even like
I didn't know who he was.
No one
knew who he was. Howie Roseman refuses to draft guys from the SEC. I don't know why.
I would refuse to draft basketball players from the Big Ten. Like Big Ten outside of Michigan is like the dude from Ohio State that sold them the one game against Oral Roberts. I would not draft him. Washington, he sold them. He missed like 6 shots in the last 2
If you're not watching the game right now, Baylor's up 19. You're national champions.
9-0 run game.
Burke got to be down bad right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he goes to Houston, doesn't he?
Yeah, Bert goes to Houston.
He does?
Yeah. He has a family there.
He told me I could walk on it. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
that's
like,
not
there's
possible.
no way.
It's not possible. Oh my
There's
gosh.
Donovan Mitchell.
Hey.
Yeah.
I always used to think it was like his cousin.
Oh my, they're on fire.
They need to pick up
Baylor's
the
just
defense right now.
wiping them out, bro. Dang. I had Houston win this game too.
Yeah,
21, bro. Jeez.
Well, I mean, it's March Madness. Anything can happen.
Right, you saw
Look at the
Oral
field goal
Roberts, bro.
percentage.
But yeah, I mean, talking about the Eagles and things like that, we'll see. I feel like this year is probably going to be similar to what we would assume is a rebuild season.
Yeah.
I
mean, I think it's
You're not contending at all.
unless
There's not-
something weird happens.
think they could
you're probably
contend.
last
They
in
could
the
possibly contend for the division.
Hurts has like a Lamar season next
Hurts
year.
breaks out, gets MVP.
Dude, like,
That's not going to happen. But if they utilize, like we're talking about Miles Sanders, they utilize guys like him.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? They got some help on the defensive side of the ball, especially in the secondary. So
And right now,
We'll
that
see.
division's wide open.
exactly, that
That is
division's
true.
wide open. I
I
don't
think
expect
it's-
them to make any
I
kind
think-
of Super
I think
Bowl
it's
run.
wide open for 3 out of 4 teams, and
Yeah.
I think the one that it's not open for is the Eagles.
But we think that
I don't
every
know
year.
how
for that
you could
division.
think that's possible,
I'm-
considering Washington doesn't even have a quarterback below the age of 40.
and they won the
Right now.
division last year.
Yeah.
At
That's
7 and
Well,
9.
okay.
At 7 and 9.
That is true.
I mean,
There's like
no
no
Dak.
real competition last year.
Like the Dallas secondary is gonna get.
I think
beaten
it's
up.
Dallas was
I think
yeah.
the Giants win the division.
Dallas
I
is-
really do think the Giants might win
They
it.
keep
Dallas
talking about
is-
If
Dak's
Dallas
gonna be
if Dallas's offense plays like they did early
Yeah.
season and their defense plays like they did
And
late
they're getting
season,
Saquon back.
they'll legit be like
Well,
a 10-7 team.
Yeah.
Giants.
10 and
the
7.
Dallas is gonna win.
Giants is
I think
that
I got
Giants
the Giants.
secondary is so
The
good.
Giants defense is legit, and now they have
Washington
an
has-
extra weapon.
But I don't think
Washington
Danny
has
Dimes.
the
Yeah,
defense.
it all falls
I'm
on Danny
in the-
Dimes.
in the
It
division.
all falls on him
Listen,
if
listen,
they do good or not.
I've said this like the past 3 weeks, I think. This is my stat.
Danny Dimes.
Danny
sucks.
Dimes was a top 10 thrower on deep balls last year.
Yeah, no, he
Put
was
that
the
with
highest
Kenny
rated
Galladay.
20-yard
That
plus
is
thrower.
Put that
Kenny
with Kenny
Galladay,
Galladay.
too.
That's true.
I'm just saying. You could be.
Had a nice
What picks do they
offseason.
have this year?
Oh yeah, what pick?
Because I keep
11th.
seeing that they like
They
I've
have the
seen
11th
Kyle
pick.
Pitts fall to them before.
They have the 11th.
If they got Pitts,
Well, I mean, they got Ingram, but the man
Yeah,
is
but
never
I don't think they-
plays.
I'll
so-
take
I don't
Pitts
think
over
they need.
Ingram.
I don't think they need a receiver. Some people
No,
haven't
they
taken
don't.
Jalen Waddle if he falls there. But I
I
don't.
thought he
I
was
see that.
better than Devontae Smith in the games that he played. Waddle,
I mean,
they
Re-
threw it to him.
really between Waddle, Chase, and Smith. I mean,
You can't go wrong.
they're all A-tier receivers.
Yeah.
I mean,
And there's
That's
the
true.
Rondell Moore from
Purdue.
Purdue. I feel like he's a sleeper. Like
yeah.
he's really little, but on screens and like
Yeah,
deep
no,
balls,
he's
maybe if
good.
he burns them. Kinda like
Rashad
Tyreek
Bateman
Hill.
from Minnesota.
Yeah, I saw him going up. I saw him going above Devontae Smith in a
Oof.
mock draft.
I don't like that.
I did not like
yeah,
that.
that's not. No.
I just think this is a class, especially on offense, where like you have obviously Lawrence is in a tier of his own, but you have 3 great, I'd say interchangeable quarterbacks behind them.
Yeah.
I know some people.
Are you
don't
talking about
agree with
Fields,
that.
Wilson, and Lance?
Yeah,
I think
and then
that's-
receiver Smith, Chase, and Waddle. I think are all in the same breath.
I'm not that high on Lance. I'm gonna be honest.
Lance is nowhere near Justin Fields.
I
think
Nowhere
Wilson's
near
the
it.
second
40.
best.
yeah, Wilson's the second best in my opinion. Then
Fields is
it's
second
Fields. Fields is third for me. But
All I'm saying is you can't go wrong with a 40 touchdown, 1 interception player. I know he played FCS, I know. But if you look at Josh Allen's stats at Wyoming, who
Carson Wentz.
they don't
Trey
really
Lance is another Carson
play
Wentz.
that great of competition. I mean, yeah.
And he's just a smaller version.
I mean, Josh Allen was bad at Wyoming.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, and in the first couple of years in the league, he wasn't too good.
No.
But last year he had a
How
breakout.
did you even get this?
I've had it since like football season.
How?
What do you guys think about Mac Jones?
I think
Uh,
he's going to be a solid quarterback, but nothing more.
I saw that the 49ers traded up to get Mac Jones.
Gonna be a-
That-
yeah.
that to
gonna
me
be a
would
Jimmy
that to
G.
me
No.
would be like borderline heresy.
That
Like,
would be
that is-
dumb.
I
Like,
think they're gonna take Justin Fields probably.
I think they should take Justin Fields. They have all the weapons. They have a great running back, like core.
if you
The
look
wide
at if you
receivers,
look at the
Kittle.
Niners
Well-
offense, any of those 3 quarterbacks
That's the ideal
can
situation.
fit with them. I mean,
Yeah.
Fields is like he's really good throwing crossing routes and he's mobile, which works well in a West Coast system. Lance is really good running the football and he has an arm.
Wilson with the
That's
deep
true.
balls too. I mean, you
Yeah.
have Kittle, Ayuk, Debo Samuel, Raheem Mostert.
Is Jordan Reed still there when he's
I think-
playing?
He had that one catch that was dirty when he like snagged it off the
Bro,
ground with one hand.
Zach Wheeler has. Hold on. Zach Wheeler's 2 for 3. He's got 2 RBIs. They're up 4-zip.
Philly?
That's crazy. Yeah. Both of his hits have scored runs. But
I'm excited for the Dolphins draft.
I'm
That's
excited
all
for
I
the
know.
draft in general. It's
So
it's
am I.
all-
I'm so
whatever.
hyped.
I'm
draft
praying
is-
that the Steelers draft Samuel Cosmi.
Every single
at
pick
24.
could be
Specifically
a questionable
Cosme or
pick.
just an O-lineman?
Well, a tackle. It better be a tackle. But
All right.
I want Cosme really bad. I think he's really
He's good.
Second round.
We've had guys.
Tevin Jenkins
We've had
from
some
Oklahoma
Steelers
State.
fans
I mean,
come on.
If a running
That's
back
so
is
toxic.
available in the second round, like Javante Williams, I might take him. But we do.
I watched-
We do
We've
need
had
a
some
center.
Steelers fans come on this podcast and talk about Najee Harris.
next
Guy's
year.
not worth the first round pick. I do not care. We
guys
need
should
to
sign
fix
James
our
Conner.
line. Like we do need a run game because James
Running
Conner,
game starts with your offensive line.
Is James
Yeah.
Conner signed?
No, he's a free agent right now. He was posting on his Twitter a bunch about like
He wants. To
I
be.
don't know like cryptic stuff, but yeah, the Dolphins said they wanted to get James Conner, huh?
They also
How you
wanted
like-
Aaron Jones.
James
too.
Conner is not a bad back. He's not.
He's just average.
He's literally
He's average. Good. He's good in a decent system in a better offensive line.
I'm gonna be honest.
Pittsburgh.
When you say who's the most average running back in the NFL, like
You
the
can
James
say
Conner
he's
pops
average,
in.
bro, but he hasn't had a good offensive line since he got into the NFL.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, he has.
No, he hasn't.
Steelers-
Just not last year.
Last year, the offense, the running for the.
We
Whenever-
haven't had a running game
Block.
since he got into the NFL, and that's because of.
He ran for like 1,300 yards when.
Then
Le'Veon
why are you
Bell
calling him
got-
average?
Because he is.
He's-
You
he-
see what?
no, he's
you
not.
see what happens
Yeah.
whenever.
When you
his-
have a good offensive line, you're gonna be good.
Exactly. That's the
Yeah.
definition of average.
Like
No.
the Colts.
Who's not average in the NFL?
Dalvin
Who-
Cook.
Dalvin
you
Cook
go
is
down
just
the
as
list.
good as his offensive line.
Well, no, in my opinion,
And his offensive.
The Vikings'
There's like-
offensive line is bad.
No, they're
it's not.
pretty
It's
good.
not that bad.
It's
of a-
very
They are
bad.
not that bad at all.
It's
Name
not
one
that
offensive
bad.
lineman
It's
on
not
the
Ryan
Vikings.
O'Neal.
Well, you saw Marlon Mack have a great year because of that offensive line. Like I don't think Marlon Mack is a
Exactly.
No.
It starts with your offensive line. Miles Sanders.
That's my point. You see James Conner's production take a nosedive when his offensive line gets
Exactly.
hurt. That's the definition of the average, that
No,
you're only
it's
as good
really
as your
not.
circumstances.
That's just like any NFL back. in the
Like
league.
literally only.
Let's
I
see,
think
not
only
true.
the
Say
top
Mahomes
5
is
running
average
backs.
because of his offensive
No,
line.
no.
He
But-
didn't put up average numbers.
Yeah, he didn't put out
at
I'm
all.
talking about the Super Bowl. Like
Yeah,
Well, that's
that-
a quarterback.
He,
That's like
he had
yeah.
he had
I'm just saying,
he
I
had
think-
one average game. Yeah.
well,
What
I'd
was
say
it?
two.
one average.
I'd say
game.
2. The Dolphins made him look like a college quarterback in the one game.
Yeah,
And he
that
was-
is Jerome Baker's
Raiders made him
19-yard
look bad.
sack.
Yeah, that.
That
I mean,
was-
why didn't
oh,
he
that
just
was-
throw that away? He ran so far back for no reason.
He didn't realize Jerome Baker had that closing speed. I don't
Yeah,
know.
He
that was-
tripped him, and he should have just.
I'm
you've
telling
seen
if the
him throw-
Dolphins can get another good pass rusher and another weapon. the
Why
league's
did you
in for it.
guys cut Kyle Van Noy? I don't understand.
I don't
I
understand.
don't understand that one at all. He was like, he's literally like everything you could have for like a
3-4
line-
outside
like
linebacker.
3-4 outside linebacker. Like
They cut
he
him in
did
the first year
everything
of
well,
4
like
years.
coverage.
And it's not like we needed the
Rusher,
cap
like-
either.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't.
Exactly.
Now he's
And
in your
and
division.
the
and he's-
amount of dead cap you take
Wait, no,
on
he's not.
goes
It's-
down every
There had
year.
to have
of
been
their
something
contract.
that
Are the
happened
Pats in your
behind the
division?
scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's on the Pats, who are reloaded.
Yeah,
So
they
I don't think
literally
they're
just,
gonna be that good, but
They
let
signed
him
a
go
lot
for
of
1 year.
like the same players, like Judon.
they signed a lot of players that would look good if Tom
Yeah.
Brady was there. But with Cam Newton, like, why are you having Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith? Like,
They overpaid the crap out
yeah,
of Judon.
and
Yeah, they did, but
they should draft a quarterback. Like Cam Newton's awesome. I love Cam Newton, but he's
Not anymore.
not the
They
same.
got him for pretty cheap.
Yeah, I mean they did, and he's a good veteran.
I
good
thought-
locker
They
room guy.
probably will end up.
I'd rather have Jared Stidham.
Mac Jones at 15. Stidham was horrible.
I'd
Mac
take
Jones
Mac
is
Jones
a
at
good.
15.
Yeah,
I'd
that's a
take him at
good.
15.
That's a really good fit.
I don't
It's a
see
bit
much
high-
coming
it's a
out of
bit
Mac
high for
Jones,
me.
but
That's a really good fit for somebody like Mac Jones.
I
it's
agree,
a good
but
fit.
I just think the
but-
value, especially if there's a guy like, I don't know, Jalen Waddle's there, someone.
They need
There's-
receivers too.
There's also rumors that Micah Parsons could fall down to that area of the
because
draft.
of his scandals, or just because like his
Just a lot of things.
yeah he had some
Mostly
weird things.
off the field things, but I mean,
I think he's gonna be really good. Micah Parsons.
I think
he is. He's
he's-
got everything
I
a
mean-
linebacker in the NFL.
and he's friends with Chance.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome.
no, I mean, there's not a player in the draft that I want to see fail.
No.
So, I mean, I hope everything works out for him and all the other prospects, but there are concerns.
I think Lawrence could have gone number 1 last year too. Like,
he would
that
have.
kid, he's gonna be
100%.
good, and especially with Urban Meyer.
Jags are gonna be nice, I think. I'm not gonna lie, average, but
Laviska Shenault,
Laviska Shenault,
Chris Conley,
the halfback / wide receiver /
with the weird face mask.
Colin Johnson.
D.D. Westbrook, is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
I just don't want to see Minshew. I miss
Minshew mania. That lasted.
I love Gardner Minshew.
That was short.
He sucks.
He's just so awesome. Like he's just literally Uncle Rico. Like
Yeah.
he's just great.
Well, I mean, we can put up Jalen Hurts' stats next to Gardner Minshew's if you want.
He's played 3 games. Give him an actual season, or at least 9 games.
And now he's gonna have a preseason.
In terms of you comparing him to Tua, give him 9 games.
We can look at 3 games of Tua.
Give him 9 games.
I mean, I would have loved to see Jalen Hurts start.
If Jalen Hurts would have played half of the season last year, they would have made the playoffs.
I don't know about that's
right. You can say it's a bold take, but you know how
statement.
many 1-possession games they lost. Imagine
That's
him
true,
giving
but-
him some points with his legs or something like something. They would have won.
I mean, like 2 out of the 3 games he did not play well at all.
What games? He should have. If he would have started against the Packers, came out in the second half and played. They probably would have won that game. He got that game tied. He had that game. He was like
he played well that game.
Came out
his
first start.
Too.
Yeah, so his first start was a win against the number 1 rated defense in the NFL at the time. Comes out the next week, plays the Cardinals, puts up a 30 spot on them, and they still can't win because their defense can't get a stop. And they had some.
You're missing the Cowboys game.
The Cowboys game was like the last game of the season, and I mean, he played terribly, but they were up 17-0 and got no help from their defense. So
in 3 games, Hurts threw for 1,000 yards, and in 10
100 yards.
Well, it says he threw for 1,000.
He threw for 1,000 yards in 3 games.
Or 3 or 4, and then 2 threw for 1,810.
I mean, those are also games like played. It's not like Tua played.
That's
actually it says Tua played 10 and Hurts played 15, but I was just starts.
Well, not every game that.
He didn't throw it when in those games though. They kind of had him in there just.
It was our offensive coordinator too. I mean, did not.
I love Hurts. I mean, I didn't think Hurts was gonna be. I didn't expect Hurts to be the franchise quarterback at this point in time.
The Eagles aren't convinced he is.
Yeah, they're not. You're right.
I think you should give him a chance and shouldn't. I really
I
don't think you should
don't know why they're not. It's so like.
I think you give him a chance.
It's insane to me. Their owner, Jeffrey Lurie, has come out and said, "We are going to try and build this team around Jalen Hurts." And what does Howie Roseman, the GM, do? He tries to trade up to go draft Zach Wilson. How does that's the kind of stuff that drove Carson Wentz out of Philly. Is that kind of stuff. And like,
well,
you have a rookie
at 12 now.
He's a rookie. Like Jalen Hurts is a rookie. What do you think he's thinking right now? Like, this organization sucks. Like, they're not giving me a chance. I played 3 games. I played well in those 3 games.
This year, you should not do a quarterback competition. Maybe next year, depending on how he does.
You should. See how Hurts does.
No way a quarterback. He is a dual threat quarterback, which is the league's future. Yeah, you're gonna need a dual threat quarterback in the next couple of years. There's no reason not to give him a chance with some real weapons. And if they draft well, they should end up
Waddle
with some pretty.
12?
That Waddle would be a really good weapon for him. So if they could draft well, maybe get some guys in free agency with literally 0 money.
That's also the issue.
We'll see if they can get him.
I mean, if you look what the Bills did with Josh Allen, literally just rode with him.
Yeah,
nobody knew. Yeah, look at them now.
He's like basically redshirting.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand why he's.
I think from his perspective, I'm going to go to a good scheme.
He wants to just go. He wants to wear He wants to wear a hoodie to every game. He doesn't. He just wants to sit on the side.
I think he's basically redshirting.
He's tired. He's tired of the pressure. Tired of pressure of starting quarterback. I mean, he's literally
a 1-year deal.
Isn't Jake Fromm there in Buffalo?
Yeah, he is.
He's literally going to be behind Jake Fromm.
No.
Jordan loves
about that.
One dude from the Bills that's now in the Eagles, Tyree Jackson, tight end. I'm telling you, he's going to be the next
He's like
face
the
of
quarterback. They're making him into a quarterback.
No,
they're
he
changing
was
the tight
a
end. He
quarterback.
was a
They're
quarterback.
No,
changing-
now he's
I'm telling
Madden
you, he's going to be the next
franchises
Taysom
with
Hill.
Tyree Jackson.
bro. Hopefully, man.
He is going to be the next Taysom Hill. Like there's
More like maybe the next Logan Thomas at best.
maybe, yeah.
All right, so we'll get into some NBA talk now. So, this is kind of Marcus's specialty.
Yes.
But,
Victor Oladipo, baby.
I don't
He's good.
know why you're saying Victor Oladipo.
Because we're talking
The
about the
biggest
NBA.
news that came out of the Eastern Conference this week was that the Sixers fell out of first place.
Yeah, must be the Sixers.
Who's in
Always
first now? The
Sixers.
Nets?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm
Oh,
not worried
that
about the
team.
Sixers.
No, I
Embiid's,
wouldn't be
Embiid's
either.
coming back tonight.
Who do you guys play tonight?
They
Somebody
play.
had-
Well, they just beat the Cavs by 20 with that, and Ben Simmons had 5 points.
Yeah.
So as soon as Embiid
That's a
comes
Ben
back,
Simmons classic.
yeah, I mean every
they
year.
won by 20.
They play the Timberwolves tonight.
Oh, that's
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Oof.
Yeah,
What do you mean, oof? Timberwolves.
they're terrible.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
terrible.
Bro,
Yeah,
the
he sucked.
Warriors lost by like almost 60.
Oh, that
yesterday,
was
right?
bad.
There was no Steph,
was
though. Steph wasn't
You
playing.
know, but Steph Curry
You
doesn't
see
make a
him-
60
Oh, I'm just saying.
difference.
I'm just saying.
That's not
Like
helping
without
at all.
Steph, it's
And
Draymond playing the offense.
Draymond didn't play.
He
Draymond didn't play.
So
Oh, that explains
You're gonna
it.
throw out
yeah.
Jordan Poole and expect to win? Like no.
No,
Jordan
but you
Poole's
also
screwed.
don't expect to lose by 60.
Yeah.
Kelly
who knows?
Oubre,
Kelly
Draymond
Oubre.
Green. Wait, did you say
Tsunami
Draymond didn't
Poppy?
play?
He didn't play. So I mean, I don't think anyone on the Nets is guarding Joel Embiid. So in a
I don't
sense,
think anyone on the Sixers is guarding all three of Kyrie, Harden, and
Yeah.
well, I think
any team
Simmons
in the
is
league.
guarding.
No,
Embiid,
nobody
Simmons
can
takes
guard
away 2 of them.
any three of them.
And
It's
Embiid and
impossible.
Simmons takes away 2 of them.
who's
Throw-
Embiid guarding?
He'll guard.
Embiid could guard up Durant.
Yeah, he'd probably be put on.
I
Durant.
don't think there's a player in NBA history that can guard up Durant, let
Yeah.
alone a
Well,
center.
that's it.
slow down. Like
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
He
He's
is,
not going
he
to
is
completely stop
he
it.
is nowhere near quick enough
what
to
they
guard
call
Kevin
Marquette,
Durant.
Markieff Morris,
And then
the
you put-
LeBron stopper. And
Yeah.
who's ever stopped LeBron in the finals?
Tobias Harris has emerged as
Nobody.
one of the league's best defenders.
Yeah.
Thibault is one of the league's best young defenders, and Simmons is probably going to win Defensive Player of the
He
Year.
should. He should.
So
win
there
DPOY.
you got 3 guys that are probably going to take away. They're not going to take them away, completely stop them, but they're going to slow them down.
I swear.
They're going to force them to find other guys to score.
If Rudy
You have-
Gobert
you
wins
have-
That's the only
DPOY,
problem is they
Who
have
are,
those
in
guys
my
to score.
opinion, the best scorer and the second best scorer? That's Durant and Harden.
And I'd throw Irving up there too as a top 5 scorer. Like once he gets to his spots,
Simmons
it's
is
hard
going.
to slow
Simmons
down.
will stop.
He's probably the best
Kyrie.
ball handler of all time. It's either him or
Yeah.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Simmons is going to slow down Kyrie. It's going to be an interesting series, and I think we can all agree that it's probably going to come down to those 2 teams.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
the Bucks
East.
are winning anything.
No, I don't think
The
the
Heat-
Bucks-
I think whoever wins the
Farther.
East is going to win the finals.
The Heat. The Heat.
Forgetting a team.
The Heat are going to finish with a 5 seed. Bro.
We did last year.
Yeah, they did
Okay,
last year.
That's true.
You're
And
not
we have a
beating,
better roster than we did
The
last
Heat
year.
are definitely not beating the Nets.
Oh, well, I don't think they'll beat the
Just
Nets.
like we weren't going to beat
And
the
the
Bucks.
Nets are
It's just 2 different
Bucks-
teams.
Okay.
The Bucks.
the
have-
Bucks
I
suck
really-
in the playoffs.
I think that Giannis is so overrated.
Once you-
like
like,
just
if you just-
incredibly.
No, I
overrated.
know. I mean, the Nets are a completely different monster, but I'm just saying you can't rule out the Heat,
No.
especially what they did last year.
That's true. And I mean, they have upgraded. They got Oladipo,
Nemanja Bjelica,
Bjelica. They drafted the one dude.
Precious.
Yeah, he's not bad. And then,
He's been playing well in the minutes he's been playing.
and
but-
Jimmy's been playing like
Oh,
out of his
Jimmy.
mind when he's healthy.
I love Jimmy Butler so much.
He's such a he does everything, like everything. I
whole
haven't seen
game,
him play
too.
make like this before. Like the triple doubles he's getting. Like,
Bam improved this year.
Yeah.
He's up like 4 points, 3
and
rebounds.
then they have Duncan Robinson, who needs like half a second to get off a good looking three.
Wow.
Robinson and Hero. Are
Him and Hero
so
haven't
right
been
now.
shooting too well
Yeah.
recently, but they'll
It's
probably get back into it.
Yeah, I mean,
Kendrick
Nunn's been
Nunn's
playing
playing
well.
very well. I know that.
y'all lost Crowder, didn't you?
Unfortunately.
And Derek Jones, who they were good, but
I mean, Derek Jones played like.
Yeah, he's
Spolstra would
pretty
just
good.
throw Derek Jones in the game to like
Derek
do
Jones
weird
Jr.
stuff.
skills competition champ
Dunk
last year.
contest. Was
Or
a
did
dunk
he won
contest?
the-
Dunk
Dunk
contest.
yeah.
I thought he won the skills.
nah, he beat Aaron Gordon, which I don't know.
He
And
shouldn't
now
have
he's
won.
with the
Nah, he shouldn't be
freaking.
there.
He shouldn't have won against Aaron
Trailblazers.
Gordon. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but
Oh yeah, because we lost to the Blazers the other night. McCollum had like 35. I was
McCollum's
watching
so
that.
good.
Why are the Blazers like not better than what their record is? Like
defense
they are
kinda.
just so
Defense,
crazy.
they're probably the worst defensive team in the league.
They got
Yeah.
well, now they
it's
lost,
arguably
I
they're.
guess.
I don't think they're the absolute worst.
I
but
mean,
they're
Norman Powell?
it's always going to be the Timberwolves, but other than them, it's probably the Blazers, worst defensive team.
Timberwolves have played
Cavaliers have
well
a very
as
bad
of late.
defense too. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys were looking
Wolves
good
are
at the
so
beginning of the
bad.
year.
Well, the beginning of the year we were looking good. Then we were just like,
Sex land.
all right,
sucks.
we need to stop this and we need to tank right now.
Tank for who though?
I
don't see
know,
anyone
but-
else.
Jalen Suggs. You don't need another point guard.
Evan
Are you gonna get
I
a
wouldn't
Cavs
be
are
surprised
gonna
if we
finish
draft another point guard because that's just what we like to do. I don't
No,
understand.
Letting
They got
Kevin
Sexton.
Porter Jr. go to
We
the
got
Rockets.
Sexton
He's
and then we got
Yeah,
Garland.
Yeah, what, bro?
We got
C.D.
Porter
Osman.
Jr. Porter Jr.
Cedi Osman's so bad.
So much.
You got rid of Kevin Porter Jr. because what? He threw soup.
He's like a J.R. Smith, but he's
threw
like-
at somebody.
He plays like James Harden. Like he's not nearly as good, but they do the
He
same
does.
things.
Yeah, they
and
literally
he's
do the
good.
same thing.
He is
He's
kind of a hothead though.
He was in the G League when we gave him away.
He averaged
They
like
put him
35 in the G League.
Yeah, he
Like
did.
imagine drafting someone in the first round and trading them away because he threw food.
Yeah, like
Like that.
I don't know.
didn't
He
Gilbert
made
Arenas
money,
bring like
yeah.
a gun to the locker room once?
Yeah.
Like, stuff happens.
Stephon Marbury choking out his coach.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
coming
JR
to finding a brick somehow and throwing it.
Some of those dudes are out of pocket.
Yeah, Marcus, what are your thoughts on Mcqueen getting drafted? I've had this discussion a lot.
Is he entering the draft?
Yeah.
See, I don't know. He hasn't done much in college. Like last year,
I
he
think
was
he
down.
He's been playing well.
You know what? Like
He's only 6'2", and like
people
you didn't see
like
that
make
athleticism
the
in
argument.
college.
People make the argument that like he transferred from Georgetown because he like sucks.
No, it's because Georgetown
Sucks. Exactly. And I don't know like where that debate even started from, but he was to me one of the best players at Georgetown. When he was at
Oh, yeah.
Georgetown, he was one of the
Yeah,
best
he
players.
was.
In
And he's like the all-time leading scorer for what state he played in, I forget. Like he passed Iverson. He had
I
like
think
3,000 high
Is
school.
it-
I think
Is
he's
New
a good
Jersey?
second
Something
round
like that.
talent.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the same thing with.
I think he's like
Nico
kind of
Mannion.
he's kind of like an energy guy, like someone that
Yeah.
can come off the bench and
Yeah,
slash.
he's like he's a better version of Grayson Allen, who was drafted.
Yeah, I can see him
I
being
can
like
see
an
that.
Alex
So-
Caruso kind of energy.
Yeah.
Energy guy.
Not a big Caruso fan over
I
here.
don't think he's. I think he's overrated.
I just like watch
Well, he's
every
very
Lakers
overrated.
game I watch. He manages to hurt or almost hurt Anthony Davis or LeBron James.
Yeah.
Bro, people
Somehow.
people make the argument that McClung is kind of like too small, and I mean he's not tall, but he could run a good point guard. I think
He's the same size as Donovan Mitchell is 6'1".
he's like yeah.
Well, Mitchell's different.
Mac
but-
McClung's 6'2". I'm just saying size.
Trey Burke is starting right now for the team. Whoever he plays for, he's a
Right.
starter.
Chris
He's
Paul's
better
6
than-
foot.
Yeah,
and he's
Chris
one of the
Paul,
greats.
yes.
Also
Exactly,
a different.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
a
saying height
whole
isn't everything. Well, Isaiah Thomas
Chris
is
Paul,
not.
Chris Paul, like if you look
Nate
at his
Robinson.
game, like the way he plays the game, like his technique, he's like one of the greats. Like
Oh, yeah.
the way
He's
he,
a
Isaiah
top
five way
Thomas,
he
bro.
plays.
Isaiah Thomas signed a 10-day with the Pelicans.
Oh, I
He did.
saw that.
He did.
Didn't DeMarcus Cousins sign a 10-day too?
With the Clippers, I think.
Oh yeah, he signed with the Clippers.
Bro, I think we.
When are they gonna give up on him, dude? Like he hasn't
Yeah.
done
We need
anything
to.
since
We
he got
need
hurt.
to.
NBA
get
is just
somebody like that.
NBA is a bad league. just
It's
not
a name. It's a
enjoyable.
league full of names.
I'd rather watch
Yeah.
March Madness and NBA 10 times out of 10.
I'd rather watch neither.
I'd rather watch Paige Beckers than.
Oh, I love.
Oh yeah.
I'm-
Okay. Yeah, we don't normally talk about women's hoops, but
UConn got knocked
lost.
off. Yeah.
Last night,
Arizona?
UConn lost. Arizona beat
They were
them.
the like very bottom of.
Arizona was a
honest
3
win.
seed.
Yeah.
Completely dominated that game last night.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Instagram comments and apparently there was some like controversy with like it being rigged or something. I don't
Every
Apparently the
UConn
refs were
fan's
bad.
gonna say that because UConn's
Okay,
supposed to win
okay.
every
There
year.
aren't that many UConn fans.
Every time a team
Well,
loses, it's rigged.
I did
no.
see the game before that, Stanford, South Carolina. There were some really bad no calls. There was a Stanford. It was like literally at the end of the game, like 30-some seconds left.
When they played UConn or when they played.
They played South Carolina last night in the final.
Who
four.
won that?
Stanford.
Really?
On a really bad no call. There was like a girl. The South Carolina girl was dribbling the ball and tried to like
I saw that.
tried to pass it, and the Stanford girl reached her leg out, clearly kicked it, and
Yeah.
they didn't call the kick ball. The girl stole it and went down the other end and
That would
laid it
suck.
in, and that ended up being like the game winner, I think.
And the no call that got UConn into the Final Four. That was
That was Baylor?
clearly a
Yeah.
foul.
Against
Right.
Baylor. But we don't really talk about women's hoops, but
No.
Congratulations
national
to
championship.
Stanford and Arizona on.
That'll be the national championship. I think that's tomorrow. I don't know. Could be
I'm
wrong.
just in love with Paige Beckers. Like, I would marry that woman.
But yeah, the
Brittany Griner.
the men's championship is Monday, so yeah. So we'll get into some MLB
Probably
talk
going to
now.
be Gonzaga and Baylor.
do we
Oh yeah,
have to?
Gonzaga and Baylor.
MLB.
All right, we'll get into some MLB talk now, and I guess this will kind of be
Your soliloquy.
Yeah.
you know baseball.
I knew baseball back when I literally dropped everything of listening to baseball, looking at it when Pirates traded Andrew McCutchen. I was just like, no,
Andrew
I can't
McCutchen
take
is now
this
with
anymore.
us in the field.
Yeah,
So
How do you think a Marlins fan feels?
well, you're not.
I don't know what that
necessarily
means.
I am a
okay, if the Marlins lost the World Series, you wouldn't be crying.
I definitely. I wouldn't cry. I didn't cry when the Heat lost. Like,
I would.
I
cried
think you
when
did.
I cried when the Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey ball goes right through his hands. Saints pick it off.
I didn't cry. I was like, I mean, it was kind of inevitable that we were gonna lose the
I
finals.
was,
but,
bro.
I've never had a team get that close to each
Oh
other
yeah, bro.
before.
They got
I mean, the
When they-
Lakers.
When the Steelers lost to the Browns,
Oh
we
my
were all
God,
together.
Sam
I
was
was
so sad.
I was
He was on the verge
heartbroken.
of,
But yeah, so Major League Baseball started this week. Thursday was opening day. Phillies opened up with the Braves. So I just kind of get into some like teams that I think are gonna make it pretty far this year. Obviously the Dodgers, the Padres.
Yeah, that's also another. Oh, the Padres.
The Padres are insane this year.
That might be my second favorite team.
Huh?
Mets.
The Mets are good.
The Mets.
We'll see.
The Mets are good. They got
Okay.
one guy, and all of a sudden, the whole world's blowing up about him because he signed a $341 million contract. For 10 years.
Are they like the
That's
Bucks?
the
You got to make like
shortstop, right?
other team like
They haven't made
analogies for these
they haven't
teams.
made the playoffs in like
Like the
a
Cardinals.
couple years. Like
Who's
it's
the
been
guy
a
they
few
signed?
years.
That
since-
division's kind of up for grabs. I mean,
I think it's gonna come down to between the Braves, Phillies, and Mets. And
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so it's
hate
up
the
for
Braves.
grabs.
and I literally think that it literally might come down to those three teams that I named.
Only
Or-
two things I know about the MLB. I like the Marlins and I hate the Braves. So
I think the
hope it's not
Phillies.
the Braves.
The Phillies literally have the best. I don't know if they have the best overall team in the division. They got a lot of depth and they got really good starting pitching. So
Bryce,
we'll
I
see.
think Bryce Harper's gonna have a good year this year.
Bryce
I'm not gonna
Harper.
lie.
If Bryce
Does he
Harper
ever have not a good year? Like,
Well, I mean,
Well,
like he hasn't been.
for a big name star like that,
yeah.
there's a certain number like
How's-
batting average. Like you gotta have like a certain batting.
how's
average. He's making
Stanton doing with the
330.
Yankees?
I mean, the Yankees are always gonna be good.
Yeah.
I know we
Aaron
traded
Judge.
him and he led the league in strikeouts like the next 2 years. So.
The thing with the Mets, we talked about that earlier. Yes, they got Francisco Lindor on a huge contract, but they always have had pretty good starting pitching.
It's a shortstop, right? Is that what he is?
And yeah, he's a shortstop.
Yeah, he's like I remember.
He just signed a
someone does.
10-year, $341 million contract, which is basically a lifetime contract considering he's going to be like 38 years old by the time the
Yeah.
contract's over. So he's probably going to retire at that
I
point.
mean, I was talking to somebody. He's probably like best or second best shortstop in the league, probably.
He's definitely the biggest name
Yeah.
/ star in New York with
Oh,
the Yankees and the Mets. But I would expect the Mets to be legit this year. They got some of their pitching back. Noah Syndergaard, Matt Harvey, some of those kind of guys that were hurt last year obviously are coming back. So the Phillies, I mean, do they stand a chance in that division? Yes. Just like Jason said,
I think they stand
that
a chance,
division's
yeah.
kind of up for grabs.
They stand a chance, but
I think the Marlins could make another postseason run.
I genuinely think that the
wish
NL
the
East.
Steelers, or not the Steelers, Pirates. I wish they could, but
Oh man, one opening day.
oh, what we won
Yeah,
opening
they
day,
may have that upset. The NL East could
Only win all
potentially
year.
have.
bro, I wouldn't be surprised.
NL East could potentially have 3 teams in the playoffs this year.
Are they like the AFC North of?
They're really good. They have 3 teams that could legitimately be in the playoffs. So obviously 1 division winner and 2.
Yeah, how are the Reds?
Yeah, I'm a
Reds
Reds
suck.
fan.
Are they?
Reds in the Cardinals instead of bench clearing.
Really?
Fight, yeah.
When?
Let's
Just
go.
now,
That's
today.
what I watch.
Yeah.
That's what I watch for. That's why I watch hockey too.
I don't know.
Why don't they
know
throw
what
the
happened.
bats, bro? Besides the legal part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I found a Mike Trout jersey at a thrift store for $15. Authentic
Hey.
sewn jersey. I bought that. It's awesome.
He's probably gonna win MVP this year, but I think everybody's like, yeah, he's
Who,
gonna
Mike
win.
Trout?
Yeah,
Mike Trout's probably my favorite player in the MLB.
He's also an Eagles
I
fan.
mean,
He's just like, if you just watch him play, like his swing, every
My favorite
every
player.
high school kid would
My
want-
favorite player
He's
is
fun while he's doing
Tatis.
it too.
Yeah, every high school kid would
Tatis
want to
Jr.?
like.
Tatis is my favorite.
He's
Tatis
dirty.
is a really good.
because the
he's
Padres,
dirty, bro.
Padres are my second. favorite.
Tatis is like,
Since when?
It's like 5 minutes ago.
bro, Tatis reminds me a lot of like, if I'm giving you like an NFL analogy, Devontae Adams.
Really?
He's just like really fun to watch, and just like he's a playmaker. Like he's just
And he hits
Yeah.
grand slams when he's
yeah,
not
and he
supposed
yeah
to.
yeah.
And he's in body armor commercials.
That
So.
is true.
Love body armor.
Hey, MLB The Show coming to Xbox.
Xbox
I'm hype
Game
about
Pass,
that.
yeah.
I'm so hype about that. I'm gonna be playing that.
I'll play with you, bro.
Oh, it's gonna be
He's
so
saying, I can't
fun.
play game like if I don't understand.
Yeah,
baseball,
no, I don't
can't
either.
play.
MLB The Show is hard to play. Like,
Is it?
It is
You know why?
so.
It
I
is.
hate
Do they have a franchise mode?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm playing
hate
that.
it.
You guys
It's
gave
hard,
up on our
though.
I'm just getting,
franchise
like-
Madden.
I'm just getting like 3 good pitchers.
Bro, back in the day when MLB 2K13, who was on the front of that? David Price, I think. That was
David Price, reliever now for the.
He's still in the
Dodgers.
league.
Yeah.
Is Steven
surprised
Strasburg
he's
still in the league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's he pitch for?
Nationals.
So, I remember watching him on the Senators.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's
How are the
crazy how
how
many.
the Astros gonna do this year?
They'll be good.
Ah,
Every
boo.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're good every year.
Screw that.
The
They literally got like rewarded. Like fans
rewarded for
like fans like aren't allowed to have like I'm pretty sure they like weren't allowed to have signs that were like against the Astros or something. So,
I think
I don't know. It's,
like I heard somebody say this like the other day, and it's kind of true. Like the MLB is kind of like a league that's chill. Like there's no drama. There was for a little bit.
it's a
There
lot of
was for a little
cheating.
bit, but,
there's
like,
a lot of PEDs.
Yeah.
Well, no, like the whole cheating scandal with the Astros, that's kind of died down.
What did
now.
they do?
So
I mean,
the
cheating in
the
that way.
ball.
and yeah, but
everybody's
like
always
the
taking
thing
shit.
is, like
This
you
is why I
don't
don't watch MLB.
in the MLB, you're not gonna see a guy in the locker room like talking trash about another guy. Like if they have beef, they like there was a bench clearing brawl.
They'll
Like
fight.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
Like they don't let stuff carry on and snowball.
Like
Like
KD and what's his face, Rappaport.
or
Yeah.
KD and
Those are
like Russell
kids.
Westbrook.
Yeah, like they're
bro.
just
those
such
guys.
babies.
Yeah, and that's like something you won't see in the MLB. Like if those guys have beef, they'll tell each other about it.
Like they're more manly than the NBA. The NBA is all drama. NFL is
There's a lot of drama. In
the NFL is just TikTok. And
Yeah,
then-
but yeah, I just want to give kind of like a shout. We did this last week for Trinity Sports. Jacob, you guys had your first meet this
yeah,
week.
track.
How did that go?
We unfortunately lost 77-72 in terms of points to Bishop McDevitt, but we had one of our top guys got hurt during the meet running the 100.
Who?
Nick Brancax.
Oh,
And
I remember his sister.
Tyler Rossi's out too, another one of our top guys, so we'll be back.
Yeah. You
Is
got
there
Liam. Just
anybody
a
that
Beckett.
you want to like kind of give a shout out to in terms of like how good they did and stuff?
Yeah, shout out Liam Beckett. He dusted me in the
Hey.
400.
Let's go, Liam.
Goat.
So yeah, he
We can
scored second place.
Talk about Trinity baseball.
Yeah, how
Now.
about the baseball?
Hey, my
Wow.
brother got 2 RBIs.
No way. No way.
Yeah, he got
In
2
the
RBIs
JV game?
in the JV game.
Yes, sir.
He hit it.
He got a hit.
He hit it like right in between. I think it was
Right down the A gap.
Right down the A gap.
left field. I think it was left field and center field. He hit it right down. He looked right down the middle. Bro, he could have went.
Did he run the way? Like,
He could have gotten a double. He literally could have gotten a double, but like.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
He got
steady
2
base
RBIs,
running
and he
and
literally
conservative
got
base
to
running.
first and like just stood there. And he's like, "What am I supposed to do now?"
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to get to
Trinity
that
baseball,
point.
man. Obviously, if you guys don't know me, I play. So
Mount
just kind of want to give a
Aloysius.
shout out to Ethan Peffer. Ethan Peffer pitched a really, really good game for us the other day against Camp Hill. Threw 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, and 1 earned run. So we actually ended up winning that game 4-3. Micah New with the save. I had a couple RBIs. I know.
The
Sure.
game-winning
Attaboy.
RBI.
Yeah, we played a really good game, and
Squeaked by Camp Hill.
yeah, Camp Hill is a really savvy team. They always have good pitching. They always can hit. So it was I know for a fact that that's the first time I've ever beaten them since I was at Trinity, and I think that's the first time Trinity's beaten them in about 6 years.
It's
Nice.
been a while
You said
since
McDevitt?
I beat
Huh?
Camp Hill.
Camp
Can't
Hill.
go.
It's been
So,
a while
yeah.
in baseball.
So yeah, like I said, shout out to Ethan Peffer.
Lacrosse team. Who'd they beat?
Lacrosse team beat. Well, we talked about that last week. They beat Shady Side,
No,
and they
we-
beat
Lower Dolphin.
Dolphin.
Smacked Lower Dolphin.
So, well, I think our lacrosse team is going to be pretty good this year. They all
Trinity Sports on the rise.
I know Amanda Smith's little sister, I'm pretty sure, threw
Yeah.
a no-hitter.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
she did.
Oh, yeah.
The
That's for
softball team is doing pretty well.
What grade
Sports
she
are
in?
doing really well.
I think she's
Sophomore.
Sophomore?
Yeah.
Dang.
She threw a no-hitter.
That's
Saw it on
impressive.
Instagram.
That's
I
really impressive.
commented. I was like, if I was at bat against her, I'd cry. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, she.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Their softball team, like Jason said, I think all sports are doing well. I want to personally give a shout out to Adam Warren of the tennis
Oh,
team.
tennis, too.
Adam
gross.
Warren, I believe he beat the one of the best players. He's probably the best player in the conference. But
Yeah.
Camp Hill apparently has like a really, really good tennis player. And apparently Adam and him their match lasted 4 hours. 3 or 4 hours.
No, he was in
For
my
one
mentor
match.
group when I was there last year. His freshman year, he was our second best player.
Really?
Behind Mason Wagner. I remember he gave him the only reason he was second is because he let Mason have number one. since
Yeah,
he was a
he
senior,
beat the senior.
and let him have it because it was
As a
so
freshman,
loud.
he beat him.
Yeah, we
in,
have some talent on the tennis
So
team.
yeah, and so shout out to those guys. Baseball wise, we got 3 games coming up this week. I'll let Jacob talk about his meets if they have any this week. But we
West
play
Perry upcoming.
we play
That should be
Tuesday
sweet.
at In the Net in Palmyra against Mount Calvary Christian. We play Wednesday at home at Wasp Park against Harrisburg, and we play Friday. We're on the road against Boiling Springs at Boiling Springs High School. So
How's that looking? How's that week looking?
how's that week looking?
Yeah, like
We should, you know, I mean, they're 3 talented teams. We know a couple kids on all of those teams that we play. So, hopefully we play well. I think if we can hit, we'll be okay.
yeah.
So, yeah, Jacob, do you guys got any beats?
West Perry coming up, I think next week or obviously not this weekend, but the next upcoming weekend. So going up
No
to
meets this coming week.
not exactly sure. West Perry might be this week. Got a haul all the way up to Perry County.
That's a hike.
Yeah,
I
hike up there.
Got a haul all the way up there.
I have no idea how good they are, but if we run like we did against McDevitt, we definitely had a chance.
Yeah.
So
Shout out Spencer Britt for a great basketball season, though. That's my guy. Played his heart out.
Yeah, Spencer Brady, Elijah Beard,
Elijah Beard,
TJ,
All those
TJ,
seniors.
Terrence Lawson.
all those seniors. Yeah,
LG3,
our heart goes
man.
out to those seniors, man.
Trey.
They had a really good
LG3.
season. They made the playoffs again, lost in I think the semifinals of districts.
Yeah, they did.
So, heart goes out to those guys. They had a really good career. Obviously, they won 7 straight, Marcus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
7 straight
Seven.
district
Seven,
titles.
yeah.
That was fun.
So yeah, so congrats to those guys, and thank you guys for tuning in. Just want to thank you.
Bracket.
Yeah, we'll go over the bracket too, but before we do that, just want to give a quick shout out to Marcus and Sam. Thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah, no
Thanks
problem.
for having us. This was
Yeah,
awesome.
for sure.
Dope.
So the bracket challenge, Colin Morrow still remains in first place. Dan Malloy, who is Jacob Weaver and I's football coach from last year, was it?
Yeah, my sophomore year.
Yeah, so Dan Malloy's, he's in second place, and Brady, I don't know.
Brady Needham.
Huh?
Is that Brady Needham?
There's no good.
Yeah, that's him.
He's in third place. Colin has Houston winning. Coach Malloy has Gonzaga, and Brady Needham in third place has Illinois winning. So those are our top 3 right now.
Shame no one has Baylor.
Yeah, for real.
And just remember, guys, for that bracket challenge, whoever wins, I think we're giving out a free T-shirt. So
Is that what we're doing?
yeah, and our website is finally uploaded, and we are getting into some T-shirt sales. So be on the lookout for those. I think we've had a lot of questions about those T-shirts. So like I said, kind of look out for those. You guys,
I'll
those will be for
definitely be buying
sale.
one.
Yeah, those will be for
I'm
sale.
gonna have to get me some merch.
Exactly, bro. I think we got.
I'll have to make some bucket hats then.
Yeah, we got it. It's gonna determine. It's gonna be determined.
Yeah, how this does.
Yeah, how this
determines
goes determines
future
how.
stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys will have input on that too. You know.
Yeah. So like, if you guys want to suggest a few items, Jacob just suggested bucket hats. We've had a couple people suggest PJs because PJ podcast.
That would be tough.
So yeah.
That
So
would be nice.
Comfy.
I think we should make like.
I'd buy it.
keychains or lanyards.
I'd
or
buy a lanyard.
car magnets. That would be so
Yeah.
tough.
Bumper stickers.
Bro, street signs, like, that would be so tough. But, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, thank you, Sam and Marcus, for joining us, and see you guys next week.